Hello and welcome to episode 121 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is get out of your comfort zone. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Now, I want to talk about this today only because I had a call yesterday with a girl over in the United States. We've been touching base back and forth about how she can grow a business, and if you're listening to this, I'm not going to reveal any names, but if you're listening to this or if you're struggling with an overload of information, if you feel as though you know everything and you're not moving forward, if you feel as though you're in the boat where why aren't you taking action? It's been 6 months, it's been 12 months. Or maybe if you're in the boat where, you get 80% of things done and you're a trainer that gets 80% of things done, but you never ever follow through. And you're just simply frustrated, because I was speaking to this woman and it was amazing. We had a big breakthrough. And she's going to be laughing if she's listening to this because she knows exactly what I'm about to say. But one of the biggest things and one of the biggest reasons that stopped me from growth in the past is I remember a lot of the times I'd be working in the gym. I'd start at about 5 a.m. I'd train clients till 10, go to uni. I'd finish uni. I'd go back to the gym, and then I'd go home and I'd probably watch a TV show. I'd watch one TV show. I would have my meal. I'd have my oatmeal. I'd have a scoop of protein shake because God forbid, you didn't want to lose any muscle mass, and that was my routine. And for a long period of time, I was making a decent income. There were weeks where I'd make $1,500 Australian dollars a week. There were weeks where I'd pull in $2,500. It's not bad for a part-time income, but I reached this point of complete dissatisfaction. I reached this point where I just thought, holy crap, I'm doing this for 5 years. There is no way I'm actually going to be able to keep this up. Number one, what's going to happen in the future? What happens when I reach 30? Happens when I reach 35, I've got kids, right? Number two. And a part of me on the inside felt as though I wasn't growing. A part of me felt as though, holy shit, all these people around me, they're moving out to do better and bigger things. Some people have gone back into the corporate world. Some people have gone and opened a restaurant. Most of the guys had gone and opened their own gym or their own training space or run their outdoor businesses with boot camps. And here was I training clients. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the money. The money was great. We're making good money. And that wasn't the issue. What the issue was I was complaining about my life. Deep down, I was dissatisfied, yet I wasn't willing to do anything about it. One of the biggest things and the story I kept telling myself was, I'm too busy. I'm way too busy. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to do it. I get home at 7, 8 o'clock. I'm relaxing. I'm having my oats. I'm having my protein shake. I'm probably popping a few glycopol pills. And if you don't know what glycopol pills are, they are supposed to be carbohydrate partitioners, supposedly. But we know what happens with the cells. But anyway, I digress. I would tell myself this story that I was too busy to put in the work, too busy to do other things. And so a lot of the times I wanted to go online. I wanted to grow my following. I wanted to build my program. But here's the truth. I would start. I'd really want it. I know what I needed to do, but then I wouldn't finish. I would start the program. Maybe I would finish half of it and I wouldn't launch. And there was just this fear inside of me that, holy crap, I can't do this. I can't do this, right? I can't launch. I can't put a post out on Facebook telling people I've launched online and, hey, maybe, you should sign up with me and test out my program, or maybe I can take on coaching class. I couldn't do that. What would people say? What would my friends say? What would my family say? What would people gossip about me? That's the first thing. It's fear, right? Fear of judgment of launching. That's probably the number one killer of most people's success. But the underlying behind the fear, I found this out. I found out the truth to why I never launched a product, the truth to why I built products. I have so many products, I have so many ebooks that I've written, I've completed, and I've never launched. And it was because of fear, right? But also, deeper down to that, I had this conversation with this lovely lady. I shouldn't call her a lady, but this lovely trainer. She's absolutely amazing, absolutely brilliant. She's smarter than me. She knows everything. She gets clients' results, but she can't launch. Because deep down inside, I was too comfortable. I was comfortable. Making $1,500 a week. I wanted to move. I wanted to grow. But I never launched because I didn't have to grow. Right? I didn't have to grow. And so I allowed fear to creep up. Now, let me tell you this. The comfort zone is probably the worst zone in the world. If you are inside of the comfort zone and you are not making progress, even if you're barely scraping by, the comfort zone begins by, if you make $300 a week, you're in a comfort zone. That's enough for you to pay for your bills, and that's enough for you to stay the same. That's the comfort zone. Okay? You will do anything to move away from pain. You will do anything to move away from being broke. You will work your ass off to move into the comfort zone. And the comfort zone extends out. It extends out. And it's big. It's a big zone. But here's what I learned. The only way I could start going online and growing a brand and actually having more freedom and not being in the gym, because I reached the point where I was looking at my watch all the time. I felt trapped inside the four walls of the gym. I felt trapped. And so in order for me to reach a point, I had to make a decision. And that decision was to not take any more one-to-one clients first. That was the first decision. I told myself I'm not taking any more on. Anytime they ask, I'm going to say no, no, no. Okay? That was the first decision. The second decision led me to go, I'm not working Monday through to Friday. I'm not working Monday through to Friday. That's the second decision that I made. Right? And what you'll see here is the only way you move out of your comfort zone is to make decisions and stick to them. You see, decisions are choices that you make that you follow through with. A decision is done. It's final. There is no buts. There is no excuses. It's black or white. You either make the decision to grow or you don't. Now here's the truth. Why I never launched, why I never finished completing a product was I never made any decisions. I never made any decisions to put myself out of the comfort zone in order for me to grow. Because you know what? If I wasn't going to take on any clients Monday through to Friday, I would starve. Wouldn't have any money. Wouldn't have money to pay rent. And when you don't have any money to pay rent, what do you think is going to happen if you've got a program that's ready to launch and you know you need 5, 10, 15 new clients? You're going to launch. You're going to launch that freaking program. You're not going to give a shit about judgment. The fear of not having any money is going to override the fear of judgment. So here I'm showing you how you can use fear to your advantage. You got to put yourself in these situations in order for you to grow. And the only thing that's stopping you right at this very moment in time is because you're stuck in your comfort zone. And that happened to me for 4 years. You see, I wasn't supposed to go online in 2013. I was supposed to go online in 2010. And it took me 3 years of complete discomfort until I finished my physio degree. And I started working as a physio and I realized that, holy shit, I thought being stuck in a gym was bad. Being stuck in a small room looking at ankles and feet all day, that is bad. And so I threw that away. I made a decision to not renew my physio therapy course. I opened a clinic and I tossed that in the bin. Why? Simply because it didn't serve me. And was that a hard decision for me to make? Absolutely. Because when you grow up with Asian parents who expect you to have perfect entry scores to get into university and college, and you do get them, right? They throw a tantrum when you don't practice what you spent in the last 4 years of university and college, learning and crafting and passing all those tests and passing and zoning in. They cracked the shit. So that was a very hard decision, but nonetheless, I made it. My point being today is that there are decisions inside of your life at this very moment in time, or decisions that you should be making that you're not making, and you're in the middle. You're in the middle. You want this, but you don't want to lose that. Right? If you are to really grow and get your dreams, this is the reality. There is no bullshit to this. Most people will not get their dreams, and because they want dreams, they want it so badly that they're not willing to give up what they currently have. They're not willing to make decisions to burn the boats, actually go all in to actually make it work no matter what. Because when you go and do that, the whole game changes. And this is what I tell every single person inside my legacy coaching program. I say, you make the decision to be the best. There is no middle ground. Middle ground means that you're going to be scared shitless your whole life. That's what middle ground is. When you play mediocre, you're going to be scared shitless your whole life. Right? You either do or you don't. There are things that you should be cutting out, and this is where you need to embrace it, trust, and have faith in yourself that no matter what, you'll make it work. And unfortunately, most people can't do that, which is why when people get into business, they fail. Because when you get into business and you know that if anything fails, you can go back to your job, at the first sight of failure, you're going to give up and go back to your job. When shit gets hard, and then when you first put out your program and no one buys, and you aren't and you're still training clients inside a gym, you tell yourself, well, I'll just keep training inside a gym. I won't do that again. I look stupid. But imagine this. Imagine if you took the decision to never take on a client again, actually put in your resignation for the gym. And then what? Right? It is absolutely scary. It is absolutely daunting. But at the end of the day, there are certain decisions that you must make in order for you to grow. And this is the reality. The reasons why you're not growing, the reasons why you're so frustrated, the reasons why you want to grow and you see other people grow around you, it's because they made decisions to cut off, and they made it. They didn't have anything special. They weren't doing anything special. They just had amazing resilience to not give up. And why I'm telling you this today is because once you learn this and once you use it, it becomes quite fun. Because if you can make decisions to cut off from things because you want to grow, here's the truth. If you want to grow right now, go and sign a lease for the gym. And you'll have to find a way to make it. Right? There are certain decisions that you make if you want to grow. Let's say, for example, if I wanted to go to the online trainers club in the agency, right? The next decision I need to make is go out there and get myself an office. Fill it up with 8 seats. And that decision is going to move things forward quicker because now I've got an obligation to succeed. Now I've got more shit, right? Got more stuff that's keeping me accountable to follow through on the work. Most of the time, people fail because they're in the comfort zone. One of the biggest things I always try to do, and I say try because it gets hard at times, that if I'm not growing, I need to make clear-cut decisions to force me to grow. So I want you to use the same methodology. I want you to do that. The one task for today is to have a look inside of your business and ask, well, why aren't you growing? Because the truth is, there's stuff inside of your business at the moment that's just too comfortable and you're not willing to let it go. You say, hey, if my online personal training takes off, then I'll give this up. And the reality is, it will never take off unless you give it up. It will never ever take off unless you're willing to give up your face-to-face sessions now. And that is the reality. So I want to share that with you, and I really hope it helps. And let me know, inbox me, send me an email, send me a message. Let me know what decisions you're making at this very moment in time that's forced you to grow, and have a look back in the past. You can have a look back of how it's all worked out. You've made decisions and you've grown from it. Every decision you've made, you've grown from. All right. So that's what I want you to do that's what I want you to do for the day. And of course, share this podcast episode with a coach, a trainer, a friend that you know needs to make a decision, that you know is on the fence, that you know this person that, keeps coming back to you with the same excuses every week. They're frustrated inside of their work. And you know what? It's time to tell them to rip off the Band-Aid. Have a great day.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favour and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.